Welcome, welcome! It's Mudog with the TexasSpaceNavy bringing you another Star Citizen video. And today I thought I would recap the week a little bit, what news happened throughout the week from CIG and Star Citizen. So, the first thing that we should probably go over that I didn't go over would be the Roadmap Roundup. That came out on Wednesday, and I just never got a chance to go over it with you guys. I've had a heck of a time with work here the last few days. So let's go ahead and dive into this Roadmap Roundup for October 20th, 2021. So notable changes for October 20th, 2021 on the progress tracker, similar to previous announcements from Richard Trier. They're shifting their focus to Squadron 42. So they're going to update the team structures to grant Squadron 42 a more dedicated character art team. So therefore, with this publish, we're going to notice additional 3 new teams: the Squadron 42 art team, the Star Citizen character art team, and the character tech art. These teams were all under the character art and tech umbrella, and so the resources on those teams were used across both Star Citizen and Squadron 42. With this change, these teams are now dedicated resources for their respective projects rather than splitting their time between the two, which has already resulted in measurable benefits to all 3 teams across the board. So the deliverables for these teams haven't changed, but you'll find them pretty much in the same place as the last publish for Q4. The original character art and tech team will remain on the roadmap through Q3 as legacy data. So, what they have added to the progress tracker is the Origin X1. So they're building, implementing, and balancing Origin's hover bike, the X1, as a flight-ready vehicle. So with the advent of the 400i and that X1 bay, they decided they're going to need to do the bike to put in the Origin 400i X1 bay. Kind of makes sense a little bit, right? You know, they've got a bay dedicated to that, and now they need the vehicle to go in there. The following deliverables were previously marked as unannounced and are now visible on the progress tracker, and that's the 400i, building, balancing, and implementing Origin's Luxury Explorer. They've done a lot of different things to this during the, pre-315 release on the PTU. They keep going through some balancing the options for the Origin 400i, so it's not exactly where they want it yet. Of course, neither is the 315 PTU. It's kind of in shambles still. There's still a lot of 30Ks going on, but one of the things that they did add, which was awesome, is the recovery for 30K. Like, if you're running cargo and you got a bunch of cargo in your ship and you 30K, your ship, once you call it up, will still have all that cargo in it. So you won't lose it. It's based off of heartbeat on the server. So you have to keep that in mind, that it may not save exactly correctly the way you want it to, but it is there to help, and, hopefully that'll help a lot of people not lose so much money when a 30K happens in the future. Hopefully they get the 30K issues taken care of. I know the last patch was supposedly dealing with trying to fix that, and they did say they weren't going to throw a patch out until it was pretty much worth it. They've got a bunch of stuff they're still putting into 315. It's not ready yet. That's why it's still on Wave 1, though I think it did open up to Wave 2 last night, maybe. So you can check that out, see if it works for you. Let me know in the comments down below if it's open to everybody now. Raster. So developing and implementing Raster, a tool that allows the placement of modular structures on planet surfaces, including the deformation of the surrounding terrain to accommodate it. This will eventually be used by players to place their structures, such as with the Consolidated Outland Pioneer. Do you want me to repeat that? This will eventually be used by players to place their structures, such as with the Consolidated Outland Pioneer. So phenomenal, getting in another piece of tech that we'll be able to use down the road. Obviously, we're probably a little ways off from that, but Raster could be a really huge thing for a lot of you guys who have the Pioneer and plan on creating outposts and habitats and stuff out there in the verse. So it'll be interesting to see how long before Raster actually comes online, and the Pioneer as well, and we get some of those tools. Maybe we should start a pool on, when it's going to happen. 6 months, 12 months, 2 years, etc. Somebody might be able to win some money, you never know. The AOPA, I can't do that. We'd get in trouble for gambling. The AOPA Santoki Eye has been removed for reevaluation because pretty much they don't know when they're going to finish this ship or when they're going to do it. They don't know where it sits in the proper timeline right now. I think they're doing other things. There's some other priorities other than the Santoki Eye. It's really sad for you Cartu Owl fans, or you fans of the Santoki Eye, the look of it and all that, the Xi'an stuff. Hopefully we'll get it somewhere down the road, but they don't know when they want to start work on it, more or less. And then in the release view, they of course had the Origin 400i, and then they added shops and patrons. So after its review and extensive testing, the team made a decision to grant this feature additional time for polish, and for that reason, the card was being relocated to 316 in Q4. I'm a little worried about 316, guys. I gotta be honest, because we are at the end of October, and we don't have 315 yet. I know it's not super uncommon, but they're gonna have to get 316 out in 2 months. Will they be able to do it? They're not done with 315 yet. Let me know what your thoughts on that are in the comments below as well. But yeah, are we even going to get it on the PTU before they go away for 2 weeks for Christmas? Big questions there. So we also had the Anvil Liberator Q&A. That video I actually did put up on Wednesday, I believe it was. So definitely go check that one out if you haven't yet. A lot of cool information on the Liberator. And shout out to Starjump. Those guys over there, they have a new podcast out, which was very entertaining. Definitely check their podcast out. But they talked about the Liberator, and they did a little, I guess you could say a little fan creation, and made like a super long Liberator, a capital sized, a 240 meter long Liberator. I think they called it the D-Liberator. But it was pretty cool, pretty interesting. Those guys do a lot of awesome stuff over there, and they've got quite a few projects going on that are really exciting. So definitely check them out over on their channel. We also had our weekly story, which I'm not going to go into, and then also was released what sprints were concluded and which ones were started. So the ones that were concluded were on the Size 7 Gatlin and Laser Cannon, the A2 Hercules Starlifter, Inventory Unstow, Item Port Mod API, 400i, Space Station's Hospital Interior Locations, and then a couple of unannounced content and vehicles, and Wrap 3 Batch Interface. They just started doing Chapter 2 of Squadron 42, or at least on the sprint of it, trying to finish it. Outlaw Medical Outfits, Persistent Habs, Weapon Misfire and Wear, and then the Xenothreat Armor that we were promised. So awesome news on some of those sprints that have started and some of those that have ended. And then Star Citizen Leaks put out this little, I guess you want to say, possible leak for Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. They said the colors may not be accurate. I don't know, that's kind of cool. But yeah, this could be this year's Intergalactic Aerospace Expo. It looks like it would be a banner for that. So that's pretty much the news that I have for you guys. Thank you for tuning in as always. Make sure you leave a comment and make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, as it helps me on the algorithm. These days that I don't get to post videos up really hurts me on the algorithm. And again, I apologize, I'm not able to do it every day. You know, having a real job can kind of interfere with that. I'd love to do this full time, but we're not quite there yet, team. We still got to get, you know, thousands more followers here. So tell a friend if they want to get into the game. They can use my referral code if they want to. It's in the description of the video. And if you're somebody that's interested in joining an org, you can check out my org. It's Texas, and we're always looking for people. You don't have to be a Texan. We can make you into one. And a bunch of friendly folks here. A lot of fun. A lot of great things coming down the pipe. I do want to give a shout out to Dex and Felon. They participated in the Hurston Hurtlocker this weekend in the military duos competition, and they got second. So it was a little bit heartbreaking. Came up short. Those darn infantry guys with their rail guns were able to get the kill on them at the end. But we did get second in there, so they did the org proud. Thank you guys for participating in that and doing that. You know, you did really well. So thank you once again. Thank you to everybody out there who is joining my YouTube members and my Patreon. You can do that by going into the description of this video. I have links to both. I certainly do appreciate it. It really helps me out. You don't know how much. But thank you so much for doing it. With that said, I'm Mud Dog with the Texas Space Navy, and I will see you out in the verse.